This is getting in that last piece right here. The smallest piece that I thought was going to give me the biggest problem fit in flawlessly. And that has to do with just taking your time, measuring everything, and sometimes even cutting things just a little too big so you always have some room for error so you can cut things and make it a little bit smaller. But one thing that I wanted to make sure was that you couldn't see any seams between anything. So all these pieces fit together so tightly that you don't see any of the seams. And that's what I really wanted. And it's mainly, I mean, aesthetically it's wonderful. You don't want to see all these seams. But the most important thing is I spill a lot of things, including toilets full of pee and poop, to be honest with you. I have many a times peed in my porta potty or a little bucket, and it has fallen over, or the bag inside has ripped, and things have spilled out onto that 40-year-old carpeting, as well as water and soda and beer and other drinks and liquids and juices from canned foods and anything else that you can imagine that would spill onto the ground. And it spilled and soaked up and absorbed into the carpeting that was here. And that's with just me having it for the last 3 years. I can't even imagine what happened to it for the last, 37? It was the original carpeting. So now we've got this. And mind you, all this flooring right here, they sell them in a 10 or a 16 or a 12 pack. Something that was this color at one of the home stores, we'll say, sold for about $70 here in Hawaii. And again, this is around COVID time with shipping and all this other outrageous stuff that's happening with prices. So, but even on a good day, it averaged around $50 for a box of these. And all I needed was, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. These are a little bit wider than your normal ones. And that was it. And I paid $11 for 10 of them from a place that sells lots of stuff that people don't use anymore or had excess of them. And $11 for wood that is brand new, or floor tiles, planks, or whatever you want to call them, that's brand new. And I got to install them in here. And I managed to keep that, which I painted green, kind of to match the lines on the chairs. It fit, all the flooring fit underneath everything after we pulled the carpeting out, so it fit perfectly under all that. This was tight, this little bracket thingy, vent. There is no refrigerator behind that anymore. We use it for storage, and there was a Dometic toilet back there. But honestly, best Dometic toilet you could probably buy that's been sitting in there. I still have it. I've never used it. 5 gallons with flush, I believe, is maybe not 5 gallons, 5 liters, maybe 5 gallons, I don't know, but with flush capability and all that. I got it for my son and my girl, but we usually find a place to use the bathroom. In worst case, I do have a portable folding bathroom that I will show to you later, because I got it to replace that Dometic one. But those vents are there for show now. And then of course we've got everything all underneath, and right over here is going to be that bracket that goes in place. I had that painted, so that'll be in place where those screws are, and you're going to see 2 LED lights that will light up the floor if need be. Small ones are not going to be real bright, but just enough to add some ambiance in here when the sliding door is open, or at nighttime to just light up the floor if you need to find something real simple without turning on all the real bright things. So kind of cool. But I'll have those in there. It's all wired. That's what all these wires that you see exposed right now, 16 gauge speaker wire that I'm going to be running just a little bit of power through to power up a bunch of LED lights all over the place, but everything relatively hidden, out of sight. You can see LEDs that I put up into the overhead spice rack. The original light up there with LED lighting on the inside, the switches for it. But everything's going to be behind a fused distribution block that'll be right in that area there. So everything, all the electrical for the most part, will be wired up over the auxiliary battery that's going to be installed. And I'm going to make a control box that'll probably sit somewhere right around the side here that'll have all the switches that light up for everything that we can control in here, so I don't have to cut into the paneling in the front and put some crazy switch panel up there. So we're going to try to keep it as stock looking, try to not cut into, dissect, or chop into and be invasive in any way, if at all possible. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do for the most part. And we've got wiring here. I actually wired up a door switch that will turn on lights right along the floor here, and I will have it on a toggle switch as well, so you can toggle it so when the sliding door opens they turn on, or when the sliding door opens and you don't need it, you can toggle the lights off. But I just wired this switch in today, and that's the bird nest that we will clean up, and I will show you everything that I did with all the wiring, because there is wiring that's run all behind here to try to keep it all completely hidden, out of the way, yet accessible if you need to work on it. I mean, there's just, I love to do electrical, so it's been fun. Still under construction, but today, for the most part, I was just supposed to show you that the floor is finished. There's a metal bracket, a metal piece that goes right along here that will cover this, that I had repainted. I'm going to have it drilled with LEDs in it, and there's that plate that goes right over there that I painted, and we'll have LEDs in that as well. So I'm going to install all that and show you how the LEDs and those parts look. But for now, that's the floor. So if you guys need help with your floor, hopefully this video helps. I did not get into too much work on everything that's been done. Fortunately, the floor is very square, so it is very simple, but everything is a really tight fit. So always check the thickness of the tiles that you're going to use and the subfloor, the floor underneath this. Hopefully that's in good shape. This one was in actually wonderful shape, so I left it. So I got lucky. But most importantly, take your time. Measure, remeasure, and just take your time and have fun. And do not push and force things into place. And a rubber hammer helps a lot to just tap things into place without damaging, scuffing, or scratching anything. But take a deep breath. When you start to get frustrated, take a step back, go have a drink, have something to eat, and then get right back onto it. But you guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.